Hello everybody, welcome back to the Bikdip's Adventure 100% Speedrun tutorial. Last time we did level 8, the bonus level, and the gauntlet. And this time we're going to be doing all of level 9, so this is the last part of the video. So after you would have seen Grandpappy start to explain that there's a second part, you want to enter this one, and there's a few things we need to keep in mind for this one. As this was made in a slightly newer version, there's a couple of new things you can do, but we'll see about that. So, part 2. As soon as you enter, it's going to ask you for normal easy mode. You hit right, then left. You want to hold down here, and you want to hold, you want to be holding down through all of those screens that dialogue would play on, so you can skip them. Sometimes you may need to, actually, like, the dialogue may be unskippable, but as of this version, like part 2, you can actually speed up the text by holding the A button, which is the sword button. Now, if you're playing in an older version, if you're playing an older version, you may be able to use. So you'll notice that nothing actually happened when the text ended, and that's because of newer versions. But in older versions, if you're playing on one of those for whatever reason, for example, if you're using the wrong warp route, then what will happen is after the text is done, your sword will actually swing, and if you're trying to move up, obviously that stops you in place. The same thing happens with any B button item, except for the Lens of Truth. So if you really want to avoid, if you're playing in an old version and you really want to avoid that little bit of time loss at the end of text, then make sure you have the Lens of Truth equipped during large sections of text. Anyway, the part we have here is going to go pretty fast. Oh, I just realized I don't think I have my keyboard thing working. Do I? Not sure. Part we do here is going to go pretty fast. We're going to be entering a game show section. So as soon as you enter, start holding down and the A button, and you'll enter here. So what's going to happen is you get to pick between 3 different categories. There is a fastest route through this, and it goes as such. So the first thing you want to go for is B. I'll put a shortened version of this route in the description, but basically the way this works is you pick a category and you have to answer 2 questions from that category. And the way that you answer them is that you start at the bottom of the screen, and one answer will take you. I'm actually just going to show this. So, for example, he said, what was interesting about level 1? You press down to progress. It was all black and white. It had 2 sections. It was a side-scroller. The correct answer is it had 2 sections, but I'm going to answer incorrectly to go back and do this faster. So you enter this, hold A to progress the text, and then what you want to do is, when you enter the other map, the Banjo-Kazooie Furnace Fun music will start up, and it will go like da 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 da. But the main part is the first 3 notes there, and this seems to be a little bit inconsistent. I don't know if it's like depending on lag or something. It's not really lag. I'm not sure exactly what it is. You want to wait roughly the length of the first 3 notes there, the da da da, and then let go of the down button, because that will progress you through the screens where they ask you the question, and also through the first question itself, because the route we take causes the first answer to always be down. And of course, if you're at the bottom of the screen, down is much faster to answer. So we're actually, basically, we're not skipping the first question of each pair, but we are going through it so fast that you don't even see it happening. And the route you want to take is B down right, A down left, C down left, A down down, B down left. And I usually remember that as the letters that you use are palindromic, so it's B-A-C-A-B. And then the first one is always down, and then the only complicated one to me is what the second answer is, which goes right, left, left, down, left. So, putting that all together, we go B, ba, ba, ba. Right, whoops. So you'll notice we skipped all the text except for this one. Oh, you can actually skip that too, sorry. So yeah, hold down as soon as you answer the question as well. So we've already answered 2 questions. You need to do 5 of these. So the next one is A, down left. Ba-da-da. You might be lucky enough to have the screen actually flash with each note. That doesn't always happen though. So the next one is C, down left. So like that, that's what we want to do. A down down is the easiest one because you don't need to worry about any timing. And then B down left. As soon as you're done with that, head straight right. You can't skip this text, but you can speed it up. Stand up here. Oops. Okay, you could have skipped that as well. When this text is done, you can go over this way. Might need to kind of fidget around the door. Can't skip this text, but you can speed it up. Then you get the Easter egg. And then you can head out this way. So now we have the main part of level 9. It's split up into 4 sections, and you need to find... you need to use a key to enter each section, and then get 2 more back. So each section increases your key count by 1. To actually reach the end of the area, you only need to do this twice. However, as the 100% route gets all keys, we need to do all 4 of these sections. And the fastest way to do that... So, there's no real difference in time between most of them, with the exception of minigames. Minigames uses screens that have different music, and this is going a little bit into technical Zelda Classic information, but to do that, it has to change D-maps. And whenever you change D-map, that's kind of what sets like a new continue point, basically. So when you enter a dungeon, it changes the music, and you can press continue to start from the start of that dungeon. But however, the rest of these sections are all part of this same area. Right now, if we were to continue, we would end up before the little passageway we took over here. And if we were doing an any % run, then we would want to skip minigames, partially because it's extremely slow, and partially because we want to avoid having our position reset. Minigames, however, when you finish, dumps you off here, which is really nice, because it means that you don't have to go through those passages, through that passage that we just went to, every time you want to come back here, at the end of a section. Some of them warp you back, and some of them you have to either walk back or continue. So that's why we do minigames first. When you come in here, you want to have your hammer ready. You'll notice, by the way, that our arrow has been replaced with a golden spoon. That's part of the story, and also, it's a golden spoon because we're playing Enhanced. If we were playing the normal version, it would be a silver spoon. But that doesn't actually make any technical difference. It's just that because it's technically the highest form of the item, we need to play Enhanced version. Also, you can't get the Easter egg in Enhanced. So, this is Bikdip Bunk. You basically just want to walk up and whack these with a hammer. It's just whack-a-mole. Avoid the Bic Darks. You'll notice we switched to Bargo. That was a result of the cutscene battle we saw earlier. Okay. Here's a generic goal-making game. If you can, try to switch to the wand here for later, just so you don't forget. For some reason, I have trouble with this one, even though it's supposed to be kind of easy. Or at least, it is kind of easy for most people. I guess I'm just bad at judging angles. You want to kind of... That's not what I wanted to do. You want to bounce these back into the cave entrances. Okay, not doing too bad. Okay, that was bad. Okay. Ah, shit. Ah, that sucked. Okay, it's been a long time since I've actually... If you fail, you just go back a screen. It's been a long time since that's happened to me. Okay. So yeah, once you get 5 shots in, you proceed. You can press down to... I forgot to mention that. The UN screen, I think it might progress automatically, but you also need to actually do that. So anyway. Okay. So... Here you want to remember M5, T2, T4. So middle 5, T2, T4. That's split. Then you take the warp and you leave. Now I actually don't have 100 rupees. We can refill that with the cheat code, but yeah, you want to take the heart anyway because it's faster. Losing a heart there doesn't actually lose you the run, even though you're ending with less than 100% of everything, because you still collected it, so that's fine. Here is where we need the wand. This minigame is extremely luck-based. These Dark Nuts can just kind of decide to screw you over, and there's not a lot you can do about it, with the exception of being able to hit them with sword beams. If you're at full health, which you should be, then you can actually use that to destroy them, but that obviously loses you time. So only do that if they're basically really clustering around something and you know you're not going to be able to get it. There I did it just to try to get off more shots. I don't know. It's kind of, you have to use your judgment there. So anyway, fix the picture. This one can be quite tricky. Basically just follow what I do. I hopefully won't accidentally push something somewhere I'm not supposed to. But we want to head down here. Push this up 2. Push this up 1. The reason I'm kind of taking these awkward paths is that these don't become walkable when you push them in the right spot. So you have to avoid accidentally pushing them more, like, again, or bumping into them. Some of them, it doesn't actually matter if you push one. Sorry, I need to concentrate. You want to push that one down first. Shit. God. Okay, usually I do that like 3 seconds faster than that, but oh well. So yeah, that can be kind of tricky, but just try best, and hopefully the practice will work out. Okay, so this one is M3, T6, T1, B4, T6. So M3, T6, T1, B4, T6. I don't really know a better way of remembering that, to be honest. I actually usually just have a little note written down. That and the quiz route is basically the only thing I actually have written down. So anyway, next we want to do time tasks. That's right. These next 3, it doesn't matter so much what order you do them in. I like to do time tasks next because it's the trickiest, though, for me, personally. There's a lot that can go wrong in this one. Whereas 2-floor maze is kind of straightforward, and block puzzles are kind of in between. This one's simple enough, you just gotta go here. Make sure you have your hammer equipped for the next screen, though, because you're going to be fighting Super Dark Nuts. Super Dark Nuts are not seen very often. They're seen pretty much just here and in certain rooms later. Oh, also, this is where you want to enter the cheat code again. It's the first time you actually have to do something like this. Okay. Once you actually break their shields with the hammer... Oh, that's the reason you use the hammer, by the way. Okay, not a lot of time to explain. Once you do that, you can hit them with the sword and it's faster. Here, try to do up, down, or left, right shots as much as possible on these globes, because trying to do diagonal shots is a crapshoot. Here, there's a trick you can do. Okay, like that. If you don't get it, don't worry. Just do the puzzle as normal by cycling it a couple more times. This room, make sure you go back to the hammer to... Wow, I usually don't have this much trouble. If you do fail this, you'll go back to the previous room, so absolutely do not fail this. Oh my god, these are being, like, really, really bad today. Don't try to fight against the conveyor, that will only end badly. I'm actually gonna fail this. That really sucks. I haven't done that in a long time. Okay. Well, not much you can do. That's a huge time loss. Wow. Come on. Okay, okay. I usually deal with these a lot faster. I'm not really sure what happened last time, or even this time. Oh well. 1 for this. You gotta shoot and then move up. can be kind of tricky because you need to be aligned with the block, and then you have to wait for the magic to actually fire before you can move. It's tricky. You want to do that. Basically, that thing is facing away from you, so you fire. You reflect a shot into it. Sorry. Make sure you kill those on time. Grab the key, head back. It is worth it to go against the conveyor, because otherwise you'd just be waiting for the key anyway. Reflect the shot again. Here, I can't really explain this maze to you. You just got to go left here, and then you kind of go down between the intersection of these, and then you go left from here. Sorry, left. Hold left and down, then go up, and then... I think I might have gone too far. Yes. Okay, so yeah, as soon as you get to that corner, you hold right. You hold up, and then try to figure out when you're going to go right. Anyway, once you do that, you can continue. Sorry, a lot to go over here. Hopefully my route through that made sense. Block puzzles. Do exactly as I do. There's not much more to it than that. It would be simple if not for these things firing at you, and the damage doesn't matter, but the knockback can slow you down, so... I don't know if there's a way to, like, try to... I mean, you can obviously try to avoid the damage while doing the puzzle. Usually I basically just ignore the fact that the fireballs are there. Anyway, here you have to hit all 4 of these. Then do this again. Your boots actually, or the Medallion of Life as it is in the original quest, the one that protects you from like electricity and ice, is actually gone. So the earlier... all the electricity on that screen except for the last 2 tiles will hurt you. And the reason for that is that that's how the custom the custom boss works later, is that it uses basically retextured damage tiles that are actually textured to look like, you know, the boss, basically. So, again, do as I'm doing. You want to go into this little divot, push left, down, left, up, like this. Once again, we have different types of blocks here. The more blue ones can only be pushed up and down, whereas the others can be pushed in any direction. Here you want to take the left path, and then immediately go down, and then left. This room loops. And the only way out is via that warp there. So now we're taking the long way there. Okay. You need to kind of step directly on the tile. As soon as you do that, start heading back down the same way you came. And we're going to be doing a kind of loop around. So you push this thing right, down, down, up, left. If you can, try to... There's a trick you can do. Let me see if I can demonstrate that better. I haven't gotten this to work in a while, but you can kind of... If you have the right positioning here, you can hit this as you push this up, yeah. It's tricky to do. Don't worry if you don't get it every time. It only saves a little bit of time. So you want to head up here, push this up, left, down. Here you want to push this one left, go around, push this one right, down, right, and then you're clear. As soon as you hear the noise, continue. And now time for 2-floor maze. So, I'm not going to try to describe this route because I'm going to get it wrong. So, just follow exactly what I do. This is the fastest way through. Have your fire boomerang out if you need to hit these things. This song is incredibly catchy, by the way, and it's going to play for a lot of your runs, so get used to it. Do not fall in that hole. That would be really bad. That was caused by Boggo snapping into the grid. Try your best to not let that happen. You want to go like this. Head into this hole. If you do fall, that one's not a big penalty. There are other places where it is a big penalty. Head into the second one here. Yeah, this is a crumbling castle from Ape Escape. So you want to head up into this, and there's 2 ways you can go here. You can either go up or right. I don't think it matters which way around you do it. I might actually check that. I usually go up first, though. Push this block. Head left. And do not enter that staircase. You would lose a lot of time. I'd like to play it safe. So you're going to go up here. That's the first key. Fall in here. And then I like to take this one. That's the fastest way out. And then you're heading back down here, and this is basically going to loop back. We've been in this room before. You want to head left again, and this part of the path is exactly the same as last time. We're going to go up until the split where you could either have gone up or right, and this time we're going to go right. So make sure you don't take the same path twice. It's good to heal yourself, replenish your bombs, etc. Especially when going through screen transitions. Not much else you're going to be doing with your hands. The snapping here can make the movement a little tricky, but you'll get used to it. I'm not perfect at it either, of course. Apologies for the rupee noise getting buffered by screen transitions. Okay. And then as soon as we come here, we want to push this over the hole. Now it'll actually create a passage for us here. Remember the shape of this room, or just remember what you need to go into. Remember the layout of that room if you can. It's not too bad to remember though. So you want to head into the middle one, and then up to the right one, and then go through here and ignore the first column and go to this one that's kind of on its lonesome here, and then you want to continue, and then head back through this passage. As soon as you get out this passage, switch to candle. And what you want to do is, there's a trick here that you, I'm not exactly sure about the timing actually, I need to investigate this more. It's not just mash as fast as you can, there is kind of a timing to it. So at the moment I'm considering it kind of luck based, but basically, as soon as you transition screens, you want to, okay, I failed that. I'm going to give it one more try, but if you actually look in my world record run, at the moment, the 1:50:57, at the time of recording this, I actually get this. But actually, no, I'm not going to show it. You can go look if you want. Basically, you can send the flame in before the text goes. If you don't get it, don't worry about it too much. It's only a minor time save. So here you want to ideally navigate this in darkness. I'll light up the room just to show what it looks like. Why did I ugh, I don't know how that happened. Okay. So yeah, you need the bombs. The bombs. Definitely what I meant to say there. That opens that. This room is a clusterfuck. Have your fire boomerang ready and pray. Because this tries to combine every section of level 3 into one area. You really don't want to lose your sword. That could really suck. There's kind of an oversight here where you don't... If you leave this room without it, you can't get it back without re-entering this room. And I'm not sure you can do that in all cases. Super bomb would be good here. Okay, and you want to kill this thing as well. Okay, once you've killed everything, you can make your way over here. Give me a second. And push this. And then you want to kind of do that. Make sure you have your sword. Oh, no, I lost it. Okay, now I have it. So yeah, that really sucks. Once you're out of there, though, it's not so bad. You want to switch to hookshot at this point because you're going to need that for the level 7 section. Yeah, I would actually consider that level 3 room probably the worst room in the game. In both parts. The fire boomerang room is pretty bad too, though. Okay, so here you want to kind of head to this part with the, I don't know how to describe this. You're not quite at the, like, corner tile looking things here. And then head right. And then go down, and then you want to, where is it? Here you go. You want to go parallel to this line of corner tiles, push into nothing there, and it will transform into a weird glitched swimming sprite. You can kind of go left from here, and then hold up and left, and then you can kind of wiggle your way over to the left side of the room. Hookshot. Make sure to move down the correct distance to not have it hit nothing and bounce back, because you'll lose time from that. Hammer. Now, there's a glitch in this section that can basically soft lock you. Do not let it happen. It happened to me once. The continue point is not properly set. You're supposed to respawn here if you die or continue. You will not, and you will instead continue in a room where the coordinates for spawning are not set properly, and you'll appear in the corner and be unable to move anywhere. That would be this room. Yeah, you want hammer. I'm not sure what happened there. There's no time limit on this, just do your best. So yeah, you'll appear in the corner of that room if you continue, so do not do that at any point. You can die in the boss, that's fine. You'll restart at the start of the boss, I'm pretty sure, but yeah, anyway. Switch to bombs, actually, and this room is a major choking hazard. This is the snake block room. There's not a lot you can do other than practice this. There's no real trick to it. You just gotta learn the part, and I apparently failed already. I've choked here a lot. Okay, including there. I guess you can be on Boomerang if you need it for the bats, but you'll need bombs in the next room. Okay. This happens a lot, don't worry about it. Like my world record run, I made one tiny slip up, but otherwise did it on my first try. This is more indicative of what my experience usually is like. Okay. Yeah, you don't want to anticipate the blocks too much, because you can fall ahead of them. Ooh. Oh, one thing you can do, actually, is you can technically stand still. I don't recommend doing it, because it doesn't help. But if there's a part that you want to kind of take a breather, and then assess the path, then you can technically do that, like this. But... damn it. I guess if you're a little too slow, then it could help there. The main problem here is snapping to half tiles. If not for that, this would not be nearly as hard as it is. But Boggo keeps snapping to half tiles. And then when you're trying to be careful to overcorrect for it, then you'll end up being slow and missing the platform's movement. So try to practice the right button motions to, you know, not mess this up. To move the right distance to snap correctly, basically, the first time, instead of having to make a lot of adjustments. Okay, I'm really messing this up a lot. That last part is cruel. This whole room is kind of cruel, honestly. Not sure it could have been designed in a better way or anything, but... okay. So I pressed... what happened there is I pressed down and Boggo snapped into the tile on the left because he was slightly too far. This is a very, very tricky room. As you can see, even I'm messing it up a lot. The way I'm trying to commentate it, usually I'd be quiet here during a run. Okay. So once you get that, switch to bombs. Progress Grandpappy's text. Do not let him heal you. You don't need that. Blow this up. And then hold down and the progress text key, which is a sword. Skip through all this dialogue. And I believe you get a bit of time here to watch this cutscene. Yeah. There will be... actually, I don't remember if there's dialogue at the end of it. No, there isn't. There is dialogue partway through the boss fight, though. So... oh, I forgot to mark off Rescue Grandpappy. Whatever. So... oh, and I'm still paused. You know what? Whatever. So, first thing you gotta do, take note of where the dust pile is, and walk to it. Have your hammer out. Okay, I keep clicking outside the window. I'm not sure why that's happening. So, this is just killing Dark Nuts. It's the same as other rooms where you've done that. There's no time limit on this. There will be time limits on later sections. I recommend kind of being near the middle of the screen when you kill the last Dark Nuts, if you can, for reasons you'll see here. near the upper middle of the screen. Okay, so you get 2 chances there to slash Bikdip. One basically immediately, and then one a second after, and if you fail, you have to fight the dog nuts again, so don't let that happen. Here you want to... You'll notice that... Okay, no, hang on. You'll notice that Bikdip is kind of facing at a 3/4 view here. I would describe... Can you see my cursor? It doesn't look like you can, that's unfortunate. You can kind of see that he's sort of looking at us, but he's also sort of facing towards the left, if that kind of makes sense. So what I would describe right now as the back right corner is his back corner. That is the spot you have to hit with reflected fireballs. So, and after you hit with the reflected fireballs, you need to move so the game can actually warp you. It's to do with how this fight works, because it's kind of implemented using a lot of trickery, basically. It's not... Bikdip is not an enemy from the original Zelda, and he's not a reskinned one either. Here, same thing again, you want to slash him, except you have a bit less time to do it. Okay, I'm not sure why the back corner thing isn't working here. It's odd. Should be this one. Okay, yeah, don't know what happened there. This broken glass is a piece of shit as well. Try not to step on it. You can't reflect fireballs while you're being hit, which is also extremely annoying. Okay. So here, get out your super bomb. I think you can skip that dialogue, I'm not sure. So this is his reskin Dig Dogger. Super bomb trick works. Alright, here, you want to, okay, this is probably going to lose. You want to get real close and try to slash these, things. If you lose, then you have to redo the encounter. Yep, like that. So that loses a lot of time, probably close to like 30 seconds, 40 seconds maybe. Actually, I'm not sure if that's true. Try your best. If you... Okay, this is also failing because that last one, wow. Yeah, this one is probably the worst phase. It's just a Patra, but... And if you do this with, like, Magic Sword, honestly, this is, like, next to impossible if you're playing in normal mode, basically, instead of easy mode. Wow. Usually I get this in 1 or 2 tries. I've never... It's gone to 3 before. I don't know if it's ever gone to 4 with Master Sword. Is it going to go to 5? Yes. Oh my god. It's because I'm making the tutorial. It knows that I don't want to waste people's time, and it's going to waste as much of my time as possible, and yours. I apologize. Okay. Thankfully, it's only a couple of hits to the main body. These are... I didn't mean to do that. Okay, I'm not going to get a fucking chance. These are Crazed Octoroks, Magic Octoroks, Crackdoroks, Octoroks on crack, whatever you want to call them. I think the program now calls them Magic Octoroks. Same shit as usual. Fire Boomerang, Sword. It's too unreliable to try to... God, to try to reflect that magic. So, anyway, you can progress text here. Anyway, so now he's going to basically transform into Ganon. Try to get him here if you can. Nope. He kind of... If you know how Ganon works in the original Zelda, it's exactly the same. If you failed... Oh! Usually he'll be pretty close after the first hit. Okay. You can often get 2 hits in on him. Switch to Golden Arrows, by the way. Or Golden Spoon, whatever you want to call it. Otherwise, you have to hunt around. As soon as you see that, hit him with that. Pick up the dust pile. Big Triforce. Okay. Sounds like it can take a bit of time. And then leave. Fuck. And as soon as you go right, go left. And time as soon as you see the exclamation point. That is the run. Everything after this is just ending cutscene. That was a really, really, really bad Bikdip fight, but if you want to see an example of the run done better, go see my world record. Or maybe just wait until the next one, because the beginning of that run was really bad up until about level 6. The rest of it is pretty good. I'm actually quite proud of that run after that point. Before that, not so much, but what I did during this tutorial is also not very good. Bad Bikdip, bad Snake Block Room. Though, again, like I said, don't feel bad if you struggle with some of these harder areas. They are indeed hard. They are in-game areas. That's the route. If anyone has any questions, please leave them on any of these videos, and I'll get to them when I can. Thank you for watching, and good luck with any runs that anyone does. I would like to see a community form around this game. I think that it's it could be a fun speed game. So yeah, see ya.